Correa is live at the scene with more.
Debbie, we're here at the State Line 51 Video Poker House in South Carolina, which is about 2 miles away from Carowinds. Well, police say that 2 armed men went into the poker house. One of them was shot and killed by a security guard who spoiled the robbery.
Is live at the Coliseum tonight. What can you tell us? What was buzzing out there, Enrique?
Well, Harold, fans here at the Coliseum and around Charlotte are excited about the possibility of His Airness Michael Jordan buying the Hornets.
Enrique Correa is live where all of this happened, and he has some new details today. Enrique?
Right now, residents that live along this neighborhood on Pearson Drive say they become the targets of these big U-Haul trucks. According to residents, on 6 separate occasions, these trucks have rolled down the hill and caused a lot of damage.
Correa is live in Wrightsville Beach, which is about as close as you can get to where the Eye of Bonnie made landfall yesterday afternoon. Enrique?
Tonight, many people are breathing a sigh of relief. They expected the worst from Hurricane Bonnie, and now that he's passed by, they're pleasantly surprised. Thanks, Debbie. Hurricane George crushed through Puerto Rico, leaving many without electricity, drinkable water, and no means of communication. Many families from Puerto Rico who call North Carolina home have tried contacting relatives on the island, but so far they can't get through.
Enrique?
Well, if you're trying to get Panthers tickets, you can do so very easily now. All you have to do is go to the classifieds, look under tickets. I called some of these numbers here, and they told me Panthers tickets are very easy to come by nowadays because of the team's dismal start. But I talked to other Panthers fans, and they say you just got to be patient with this team.
Where it all came down and fast.
Debbie, right now I'm right along Highway 160 in South Carolina where the high-speed chase took place. Tonight, Officer Randy Gibson will tell us about what happened on that night.
Park, just north of Uptown. Enrique Correa is there live.
That's right, Debbie. The word Genesis means to be born or something new. And that's what's happening here at Genesis Park. Residents are getting a neighborhood they can call their own. A new commercial is telling the nation about the rebirth of a North Charlotte neighborhood. Genesis Park is now a picturesque and quiet neighborhood with beautiful homes, manicured lawns, and kids playing in their yards. But not long ago,
Genesis Park? Oh, you can't go there. That's the worst neighborhood in the city of Charlotte.
It had homes with boarded up windows and one of the highest crime rates among any neighborhood in Charlotte. But that's all changed now.
When I first started moving over here, the neighborhood was real rough, and I've seen it grow tremendously.
And this area has really improved from what it used to be many years ago. And I think they have done a very, very wonderful job.
Wonderful enough that a government mortgage agency is promoting it as a model for neighborhoods around the country. Fannie Mae wants people to know that home ownership is not impossible and can turn a neighborhood around. To reflect the changes in the neighborhood, they got rid of the old street names and they gave the new ones, like Peaceful Way Drive and Genesis Park Place.
With the name change now, people, you know, they don't associate it so much with the old time, because you say, I live on Genesis Park Place, and they say, oh yeah, I know where that's at. That's that neighborhood they fixing up.
Places change, just like people change. Just because it used to be bad doesn't mean it's going to be bad now.
Now that the neighborhood has changed for the better, more and more people want to move into Genesis Park. The only problem is there's not enough houses to meet the demand. Right now we're live in Charlotte. Enrique Correa, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
So are they going to build any more houses in Genesis Park then?
Well, Debbie, I think they are. There's some empty lots right along this street here. Well, if they build some houses, more and more people, I guess, can move into Genesis Park. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Enrique.
George crushed through Puerto Rico, leaving many without electricity, drinkable water, and no means of communication. Many families from Puerto Rico who call North Carolina home have tried contacting relatives on the island, but so far they can't get through. Since Hurricane George has made his way through Puerto Rico, many people like Maria Solar, who have relatives on the island, have been glued to the television sets trying to get information on the extent of the damage.
I want to know how they are, of course. I mean, everybody feels that they want to know how their family are. So I want to be, you know, to know what's happening with them, since the hurricane seems to be a strong hurricane.
Experts say when the hurricane passed over Puerto Rico, it was stronger than Hurricane Hugo. So far, at least 10 people have been killed in the Caribbean. Puerto Rico is without power and phone lines have been knocked down by the 120-mile-an-hour winds. As more and more pictures come in of the hurricane, concerned family members want to reach relatives in Puerto Rico. But when they pick up the phone and dial, all they're getting is this. Constant ringing.
Not knowing is what makes it worse. If we could just know, if we could just get through and speak to them, I mean, that would be the best thing.
But tonight, Puerto Rico is suffering through one of the worst things, leaving relatives here wondering how long their anguished calls will go unanswered. There's a sizable Puerto Rican population in Charlotte and surrounding area, and some of those people I spoke with say they're very anxious to hear from their relatives.
We can understand that. Is all the phone service out, Enrique?
Well, I can't say for sure, but no one I spoke with has been able to get through. I even tried a little while ago to call myself, and all it did was ring.